Hey, welcome back to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, man. Hey, prayers go out to Lil Tjay and his family, man. We still praying for his recovery. We want him to get well soon, man. So drop a comment down below for TJ and, wish him a quick recovery, and let's get into it, man. So reports are coming out right now. There's a lot of rumors going around about TJ being paralyzed for the rest of his life, apparently from waist up, and him being brain dead. Well, I mean, those are yet to be revealed, and we know we have a lot of updates coming up. So now let's get right into the updates. So at first, when we spoke with all the medical team in the facility at that hospital, they were telling us that TJ's lungs collapsed multiple times, and that's what they were first operating at, on doing a life-saving attempt at the doctors doing a surgery. And so after he got out of that surgery, they were watching him closely and making sure to check his vitals and seeing if he's okay and breathing steady and has a steady heart rate. So they were continuing to give him water and fluids in his IV and continuing to basically feed him, like applesauce and other things like that, right? And so what happens next after that is that they come and check up on him, and things might have gotten a little bit worse, and so they had to do a little bit more tests, a little bit more reports. And what happens after that is that they get the results from the test, and they realize that they need to keep helping TJ, and they need to keep doing some more things. So they double check their work on the surgery they did on the lungs, making sure his lung don't collapse no more. And they're telling him about his family about what could possibly happen. They're telling him be prepared in case, if it was to come to a scenario where he couldn't walk again or he was paralyzed in some sort of way. They're letting his family know to be prepared for that, so that way if they do have to break some type of sad news to them, that it's not going to be shocking, and that they can already start getting mentally prepared to adjust to what kind of shocking thing could happen to TJ. They're going to have to kind of cope with the fact that he's not going to be doing well right now, and that this is a really, really long road to recovery. I mean, anybody that's ever been in TJ's position will probably let you know that it's not like an overnight get well soon. This takes a long, long time of therapy, recovery, a lot of training, a lot of muscle memory in order to be able to basically walk again and do everything, all your movements like you normally did. And so for TJ, he's young, so he's going to have the best chance of being able to get out of this predicament and get back to his normal health and shape more than anybody else, due to the fact that he relatively looks healthy and everything like that, and that he might be in good shape before this, and that he could have already kind of not have a thing that could be harming him, like he's not overweight or anything like that. So that's good. And now that's helping the situation. And the doctors are saying, had he have been heavy set, had he have been anything different, or if he had drank too much or anything like that, that would have just went to make things worse. And so what you guys got to realize is that you got to stay healthy and fit and active, so that if anything like this happens, you have a higher chance of surviving. I couldn't imagine if it was anybody else, they might not have been able to pull through like TJ. They might have been DOA on arrival, right after the whole thing went down. And so it's a lot of shout out goes out to the medical responders that first came out and scooped TJ and off the ground, put him in the gurney and everything, loaded him up in the ambulance, because if they had not reacted as fast as they had, then who knows what the situation could have turned out. It might not be as light as this, or he might not have been able to pull through, or could have been bleeding out on the ground. It could have been way, way worse. So the stars just aligned for TJ to be able to survive this. So that's why I believe he will be able to make it out. And so it's going to be really just a very painful, long journey for him. He's probably going to have to, right now it's looking like he's not going to be released for probably at least another 12 weeks or so. And if he then gets released maybe earlier, he's probably going to be on a wheelchair, some sort of walking assistant, and some type of harness device. And then after that, he's going to have to continue the therapy and everything. So there's going to be a lot of exercises and a lot of different routines they're going to have him do in order to get back all the muscle that's lost. Because you got to think about it right now. He's just been laying in a bed for the last week or two. And so he's losing a lot of that muscle that he had just from walking around and going places and doing his shows, the jumping around that he does and stuff like that. And so man, with all that, he's gonna have to rebuild all his muscle back. He's gonna have to continue to eat right. It's probably only gonna be certain things he can eat, because now he might have to deal with, you know, effects of now having this damage done to his lungs. He's probably not gonna be able to smoke anymore or anything like that. And so vaping and everything is literally out the window. It's probably not the best interest for your health to be doing all that stuff anyways. But if you look at it, man, it's a big lifestyle change. And a lot of you guys got to take into account that even though he was in a really nice neighborhood, he still was a victim of a robbery. But you got to understand, this was targeted. This wasn't just like random, because in that neighborhood, people don't just go around robbing people like that for no reason. And so really just came down to him being targeted because of the person he was. And witnesses were saying he wasn't wearing any chains or anything like that to make him like stand out. And so the people that were after him really knew who he was, and like actually were chasing after him and kind of being low key and tailing him until they knew it was the right moment, until he was chilling in his car and they popped up and tried to rob him and blasted him in the chest and stuff like that. And then when they did that, his homie shot back at him and hit the guy apparently, but he got in the car and fled off, but later got caught and went to a different hospital. So, and the other people that were with him also got arrested too. So you got to look at this like, hey, don't be going out too late and stuff like that, because if you look at this, it was late. It was already past midnight. The Chipotle was closed. And so he had no reason to be going and hanging around in this spot unless he was doing something that was just kind of dumb, you know? Like, you do got to realize that he's like a rich person. He's a millionaire at this point, or has a deal at least for some type of mills. So what you got to do is move very smooth when you do that. You can't be lacking and just be chilling in some random parking lot at a retail store. Like, you have to kind of just be put up in the crib already, have security at the door and everything like that. You can't just be aimlessly riding around all night for no reason, just waiting for some bad thing to happen, because at that point you're just gonna turn into a statistic. And that's just what it is. It is what it is, man. And so take this as a lesson learned, and just, you know, don't be out chasing clout, chasing like you're missing out on something, or if it's the weekend or anything like that. No, that's not what's important in life. What's important is that you survive daily and do what you need to do to elevate and build wealth for your generations to come and stuff like that. So I want you guys to know, this is the update on TJ. And like I said again, prayers go out to TJ. If you're rocking with Lil TJ, go ahead and comment down below and like this video as well. And, you know, stay tuned, because I'm going to have a big update and big breaking news coming out right after that, right after this video. And so go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're already not. And if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, press subscribe, comment down below what you think, and I'll catch you on the next one.